Is finding the right woman for life hard or is it easy? I was just speaking to a friend of mine who is currently applying for a mortgage, or rather who applied for a mortgage, but now it turns out that in Ireland the housing situation is rather difficult because there aren't a lot of houses available. And he thought that getting the mortgage was going to be the hardest thing, and he realized, okay, that's actually the easy part. Now finding a property turns out to be the difficult part, and he's a little bit frustrated. So that gave me a perfect idea for this video. Because a lot of people, a lot of men, find it particularly difficult to find the right girlfriend, life partner, or wife. And today I want to talk to you about why it's on the one hand extremely easy to find the right girlfriend or wife if you do it the right way, but why you at the same time have to have a willingness to endure hardship. Why the archetype of the warrior internally has to be your base that you can always fall back on. So first of all, let's look at why it can absolutely be easy to find the right girlfriend or wife. Well, it can be easy to find somebody if you know what you're doing. You just think it's difficult because you don't know how to set up a profile on dating apps, how to text, how to create a man-to-woman connection. You're simply missing a skill set. That's it. That's why you find it difficult. I would find it difficult to compete in tennis if I don't have the skill set of tennis. That's it. That's really all it is. You haven't dedicated yourself to learn the skill set. That's why you find it difficult. The other reason you find it difficult is because your mindset isn't on point. Because you take rejections too hard. They impact you quite a bit. You're very worried about what people might think of you. You invest very quickly emotionally when you meet a woman, and you immediately picture your life with her instead of very stoically and calmly, not nihilistically, stoically and calmly and abundantly evaluate your options. You immediately jump in emotionally and you overinvest. And then when it doesn't go the way you'd like it to, then you get frustrated and you tell yourself all kinds of funny things. This is never going to work for me. How am I ever supposed to find the right one? And remember, the questions you ask dictate your focus. And wherever focus goes, energy flows. Whatever you focus on, you're going to feel. And if you ask yourself, how am I ever supposed to figure this out? Why would anybody want to be with me? And you sound like a little bitch inside. Yeah, obviously nobody's going to want to spend time with you. Obviously that's going to manifest itself in micro behaviors, verbally as well as non-verbally, that's going to repel women. So, if you simply learn the skill set through free resources, hundreds and hundreds of YouTube videos on this channel. We have a podcast, we have 2,000 to 3,000 short form videos, we have a coaching program. Apply for a free initial consultation call. If you simply dedicate yourself to learning the skill set over a couple of months, then you get dates, then you evaluate your options, then you go into the relationship. It can actually be really easy because all you have to do is just talk. You don't have to learn to do a backflip. Learning to do a backflip is a lot more difficult. Getting the job or the career or the business you have right now was a lot more difficult than learning this. Because all you really have to do is open your mouth and talk. It doesn't get much more difficult than that. Yeah, there's some physical intimacy skills involved. Don't worry, we can help you with that as well, no problem, right? We've helped plenty of clients over the years improve their performance in that area as well. Don't worry about it. But really all you have to do to get a woman excited about you is just talk. It's just paying attention to the words you say and how you say them. And that is just a skill set. But everybody thinks that dating is this crazy thing and it's up to chance whether I'll actually find the right woman or not. And eventually you realize it really isn't. If you just meet enough people, you know exactly what you're looking for. You have your must-haves, your nice-to-haves, your deal breakers. You communicate personality authentically and effectively. You create attraction, you create connection, you create a degree of intimacy in the conversation. You make it exciting, you make it fun, you make it romantic. You set boundaries, you communicate your expectations. It's not difficult. Going to medical school, becoming a doctor, becoming a lawyer, becoming an engineer, becoming a software engineer, building the business you may have built, getting the body you may have, becoming as good at rock climbing as you are. Because you're doing well in some area, that's a lot more difficult. This takes 1 month, 12 months, something in between. For most people, X amount of months, depending on what it is exactly that you want. So first of all, it's not difficult if you know what you're doing and you get feedback. It doesn't take years and years and years to figure this out. Now, that's the one side. It can be really, really easy and effortless and enjoyable to go through the dating process if you know what you're doing and you have the right mindset. On the other hand, it is also true that it's hard. Two conflicting paradigms. It can be very easy, but there's going to be moments where it's hard because you go on a date and you think it went really well and she's just not that into you and you're like, oh, fuck, and I got to go on another one. You do an approach and you get rejection and you get rejected and you get rejected over and over again. And you realize, oh, it takes a lot more volume than initially anticipated. You have to have the internal willingness for it to suck and it to be hard. And then it can actually be quite easy. But there will be moments where you get frustrated. Of course, anything worthwhile achieving will be difficult. There will be moments of frustration. I've tried everything. Really? If you would have tried everything, you'd have the result. You'd have an amazing woman by your side already. Oh, I tried these couple of things over and over again. I got on dating apps, built a shitty profile, then deleted them again, got horny again, reinstalled them, deleted them again, did a couple half-assed approaches here and there, hit on a friend in a social circle. You didn't take strategic action over 3 to 6 months. You did not. You did not expose yourself to nearly enough women to be able to have enough initial interaction points to even evaluate whether you're right for one another or not. So it's absolutely important that you stoically, internally accept that, yeah, this may be hard, but it's worth it. Yeah, this may be hard, but it's much harder to stay alone for the rest of my life or to end up with a woman who isn't right for me. You have to have a willingness for this to suck. You have to understand, yes, this may become very painful. I may have to get rejected over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. But it's worth it. And I can. For change to occur, you have to believe that it's possible and that it's worth it. And that you are able to make the change. You have to have the warrior archetype that says, I will find a way or I will make a way. I will make this happen. I will not be satisfied unless I achieve the result of an amazing relationship. We're not talking about perfect here, but a really, truly fulfilling, loving, intimate, passionate relationship with a woman who you're truly physically attracted to, who shares your values, who has an amazingly beautiful personality, who's kind, caring, nurturing, loyal, loving, all these beautiful things. Ultimately, it comes down to how you define yourself. What type of a man am I? Am I the type of man who starts something and then gives up? Am I the type of man who's okay with doing well in some areas and just not figuring this out? Or am I the type of man who's going to make this happen? I will die or I'll achieve this result. That is the determination that you'll have to bring. I will achieve this or I'll die in the process. Sounds a bit dramatic because why would you? I mean, it's not going to kill you. But it's this idea that, okay, I'll either die because I'll get hit by the bus or I'll make it happen. There is no alternative. Because this is who I am. That's who you are. It's who you are already. You just have to remind yourself of the fact that that's who you are. You've just forgotten it. So understand, there may be moments. Not may, there will be moments where it sucks. For sure. This is not a magic pill. Yeah, we have strategies that are almost like magic in terms of creating romantic connection and attraction. Again, apply for a free initial consultation call. Absolutely do that. But also understand that it will require work. It will require effort. 5 to 8 hours a week. 5 to 10 hours a week. Something like that. 5 to 7, 5 to 8, 5 to 10. You're going to have to put in some work. But then again, if you do it right, you'll end up with somebody for a really beautiful long-term relationship. Maybe for life. So, on the one hand, you have to have the willingness to go through the suck, to make it happen, and then find the strategies that are going to make it easy.